What if I told you there's a blueprint, a set of fundamentals that can transform the way you approach life and success? Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your life to the next level, these 5 principles are the key to unlocking your full potential. Today, we're diving into the 5 basic fundamentals of life and success. These aren't just theories or quick fixes. They're timeless principles that have shaped the lives of some of the most successful people in history. And the best part, they're accessible to anyone willing to put in the work. From the power of a strong philosophy to the importance of taking consistent action, these fundamentals are the building blocks of a life well lived. So, if you're ready to stop drifting and start designing your future, stick around. This could be the most important video you watch all year. Now let me share what I believe are the 5 essential components to solving life's puzzle. These 5 key elements, when studied and combined, significantly increase the likelihood of living a successful and fulfilling life. When I first met Mr. Shah, he shared a simple yet powerful formula with me, and I'd like to pass it on to you. He explained that there are usually about half a dozen factors that account for 80% of the results in any area, whether it's wealth, health, or personal growth. He advised me to focus on mastering those fundamental factors. It's solid advice. Success isn't about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things exceptionally well. If you can master the basics, like learning to communicate effectively, you'll see a significant difference. Anyone can talk, but those who excel in communication often find greater success. Speaking is survival. Speaking well is success. Let me break down what I consider the foundational pieces of life, starting with the first one, philosophy. In simple terms, philosophy is what you know, and what you know profoundly impacts how your life unfolds. Equally important is what you don't know, as it can hold you back. The idea you miss might be the missing piece to unlocking your potential. As the saying goes, ignorance isn't bliss, it's a liability. Knowledge is power, and it's crucial to gather the right information. Once we have information, we must evaluate it. This is where the concept of weighing comes in. Weigh everything before you act, before you buy, before you commit. Decide whether something is major or minor, and avoid dedicating significant time or energy to trivial matters. Sophisticated individuals learn to weigh every decision carefully. Without a good set of mental scales, you might assign importance to the wrong things, which can become a lifelong handicap. This is why we engage in conversations, attend seminars, listen to lectures, and seek guidance from teachers and mentors. It's all about discerning value. You don't want to waste large portions of your life on things that don't matter. So we gather information, weigh it, and draw conclusions about what truly holds value. The big question is, where are the values in your life? What deserves your time, energy, and resources? Mr. Shah once told me that poor thinking habits, not poor work habits, keep most people from succeeding. Many people work hard but don't think hard. They fail to use their minds to identify what truly matters, leading them to waste time on insignificant pursuits. This is why changing someone's life starts with changing their mindset. Motivation alone isn't enough. If you motivate someone without improving their thinking, you'll just have a motivated person making poor decisions. It's easy to make errors in judgment, especially after leaving school. Many people stop learning once they enter the workforce, and over time, their sense of what's important becomes blurred. To avoid this, it's essential to keep learning. Imagine someone spending their money on donuts instead of books. In 10 years, they'd have consumed 2 tons of donuts but only read 2 books, likely ones with more pictures than text. It's no wonder their life isn't working out. Continuous learning refines your decision-making and helps you avoid costly mistakes. Most people end up average by age 40 instead of wealthy because of errors in judgment, particularly with money. The key is to start early. What should a 15-year-old do with their money to ensure they're financially secure by 40? They need a solid plan. Small mistakes early on can compound over time, leading to mediocrity instead of success. As the saying goes, life is accumulative. Your decisions, whether wise or foolish, add up over time. The sooner you correct errors, the better. Mr. Shea challenged me at age 25, asking how much I had saved and invested in the 6 years I had been working. When I admitted I hadn't saved anything, he pointed out the flaw in my financial philosophy. The time to fix errors is early, not later. This is why it's crucial to teach young people sound financial principles. Starting at 15 can set them up for wealth by 40. The key is to act on good information as soon as you receive it. You can't act on what you don't know, which is why continuous learning is vital. Keep reading, listening, and engaging with new ideas. This is how you refine your philosophy, the foundation of everything. Philosophy shapes your attitude, which is how you feel about life. What you know sets the direction of your life, and mastering these fundamentals is the first step towards success. So that's the first piece of the life puzzle, philosophy. Let's move on to the second piece. Now let's dive into the second piece of the life puzzle, attitude. How you feel about life sets the course for where you're headed. Attitude is a powerful force. It can either propel you forward or hold you back. There are countless ways to feel, from positive to negative, and your attitude shapes your actions and outcomes. For example, here's one attitude. If this is all they're paying me, I'm not coming early and I'm not staying late. That's a choice, and it's an attitude. Now, imagine carrying that mindset throughout your life. Do you think it would significantly impact your future? The answer is a resounding yes. On the other hand, consider this attitude. No matter what they pay, I always come early and stay late to invest in my own future. That's a game changer. Attitude is a choice. You decide whether to show up early or late, whether to leave early or stay late. The key is to make educated choices. Emotions need to be trained, just like a student in school. Think about it. When kids are young, it's normal for a 3-year-old to throw a tantrum. But by the time they're 30, that behavior is no longer acceptable. Emotions must go to school to learn where the values lie. It's okay to feel strongly, but in society, you need to learn restraint if you want life to go well. Attitude, then, becomes a matter of educated choice. How you feel about various aspects of life plays a huge role in your success. Let's break it down. How you feel about the past. Everyone has a past filled with ups and downs, wins and losses. Some people carry the weight of their past like a burden, letting it hold them back. Instead, the past should be treated as a school, a place to learn and grow, not a threat to your future. Your attitude toward the past shapes your ability to move forward. How you feel about the future. There are 2 ways to face the future, with anticipation or apprehension. Many people feel apprehensive because they've adopted someone else's vision for their life instead of designing their own. Without clear goals, your steps become uncertain and confidence wanes. The solution? Set goals. Write them down. Design your future. What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? Even if your goals change over time, the act of planning gives you direction and confidence. How you feel about others. Your attitude towards society, community, and the people around you matters. It's easy to become cynical, but cynicism can hinder your progress. Success isn't a solo journey. It takes all of us to help each of us. You can't succeed in isolation. A rich hermit is a rare sight. We need each other's ideas, support, and collective efforts to thrive. How you feel about yourself, self-esteem is crucial. Understanding your own value and potential is a game changer. You have the brains, the talent. What you need is instruction, coaching, and experience. Learn from others who've walked the path before you. Self-esteem comes from engaging in disciplines that lead to value. When you let yourself off the hook or avoid putting in the effort, you don't feel good about yourself. The antidote? Do your best. Embrace the ant philosophy. Ants don't settle for half, they go for all. Give your best effort and your self-esteem will soar. Attitude is a cornerstone of the life puzzle. It shapes how you approach challenge and opportunities. Now let's move to the third piece, activity. Philosophy and attitude determine your actions, what you do. Success isn't just about thinking or feeling, it's about doing. You have to take action. The value of your life isn't just left to your mental genius, it's about engaging in the disciplines required to achieve your goals. So how hard should you work? How many days should you dedicate to your pursuits? Let's take a cue from an Old Testament principle. 6 days of activity, 1 day of rest. That's a philosophy on activity, a balance between effort and recovery. It's a timeless reminder that consistent, disciplined action is key to success. In summary, attitude shapes your approach to life, and activity turns your plans into reality. Together, they form the foundation for a successful and fulfilling life. Let's keep building on these pieces as we explore the remaining elements of the life puzzle. Let's continue exploring the third piece of the life puzzle, activity. How much should you work? How hard should you push yourself? These are questions that often spark debate. Some argue that the traditional 6:01 ratio, 6 days of work, 1 day of rest, suggesting that a 5:02 split might be better. But the key isn't just adopting someone else's philosophy blindly. You need to test it and see if it leads to success, growth, and fulfillment. Here's a crucial point. Don't rest too long. Rest is a necessity, not the objective. The goal of life isn't to rest. It's to grow, accomplish, and test the limits of your abilities. Life is about seeing what you can achieve with your mind, your talents, and your skills. Rest is important, but it should only serve to recharge you so you can get back to pursuing your goals. If you make rest the objective, you risk falling into what's called the average syndrome. The people who live mediocre lives are always looking forward to time off, while successful people are eager to get back to work. They rest just enough to gather strength, then dive back in. Let me share another philosophy from the Bible. Whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might. This is a powerful principle for activity. When you work, give it your all. When you play, enjoy it fully. Don't mix the two. Don't play at work and don't work at play. Make the most of your time in both areas. Activity is a major piece of the life puzzle. You need to test your limits, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Some people can handle 14-hour workdays without issue, while others max out at 10 hours. It's about understanding your own capacity and pushing yourself to do your best. When you're in university, for example, you need to figure out how many classes you can handle, how many study hours you need, and when you'll need to recharge. Everyone has to study their own activity habits and find their balance. Activity is about giving your full effort. When you do your best, you build self-confidence and set yourself up for success. This leads us to the fourth piece of the life puzzle. Results. Life is about combining good philosophy, a positive attitude, and high activity to achieve measurable results. As the saying goes, results are the name of the game. The challenge of life is to make measurable progress in reasonable time. You can't expect results in 5 minutes, but waiting 5 years is too long. You need to find the balance. What's a reasonable time frame to see progress? This is especially important if you're in leadership, entrepreneurship, or management. You need to understand what's achievable within a given time frame and hold yourself accountable. Think about it. How many years should a child spend in 4th grade? About 1. If they spent 4 years in 4th grade, society would pressure them to move forward. Yet, when it comes to financial independence or personal growth, we often lack that same societal pressure. Shouldn't it be unacceptable to reach age 45 without being financially independent? Shouldn't teenagers be asking their parents, why aren't we rich? We live in a wealthy country. These are valid questions. If a farmer ate a seed corn instead of planting it, we call him insane. Yet many people spend their potential fortune on non-essentials and wonder why they're not successful. Society may ease up on demanding results, but you shouldn't let yourself off the hook. Set high standards for yourself. Don't settle for less than your best. In summary, activity is about doing your best, pushing your limits, and achieving measurable results. Combine this with a solid philosophy, a positive attitude, and consistent effort, and you'll be well on your way to solving the life puzzle. Now let's move on to the final piece. How many books will the community demand that you read every month? Approximately about none. So if you're going to do the extra reading, guess what? You got to develop that philosophy and put that pressure on yourself. But what I'm asking you to do is take a good look at results now. Another reason why we look at results. Results at age 25, results at age 30, on a wide variety of things, health and wealth and culture and sophistication and lifestyle and uniqueness. We keep checking all those results. Here's why. To see if there's any errors in activity. Guess how easy it is to make errors in activity. It's easy. We teach in our leadership series. Don't mistake movement for achievement. Boy, sometimes it's easy to be faked out by being busy. Guy's busy 10 hours a day, but he's going. In figure eights, the guy's not making progress. He's stalled, but he's busy, and he thinks being busy is going to do it. Say, no, you got to be busy doing the right things. So maybe you need activity fixed. Maybe you need attitude fixed. Who knows the guy who says, since they don't pay, well, I come late and leave early. We say, John, that's going to affect you all your life, and you've probably got the results to show it. Or maybe we need a correction of philosophy. That's why we check results now. Here's the last piece in the life puzzle. It's called lifestyle. Lifestyle is simply how you choose to live. We call lifestyle the genius of living. Well, now here's what's exciting about lifestyle as a subject of one of the major pieces of the life puzzle. All of us can choose, especially in this country, all of us can choose how we wish to live. Guess what you can get from your money? Joy or animosity, however you wish to live. A father takes a $10 bill and wads it up and throws it at his son and says, if you need the darn stuff that bad, take it. We call it money without style. The father's got the money, but he didn't have the style. He studied economics, but he didn't study happiness. So let me give you the phrase. Happiness is an art, not an accident. Some people have figured out things economically, but they haven't figured out lifestyle to live well. Culture is a study, it's not an amount. Somebody says, if you have an amount of money, you'll be cultured. The answer is no. Cultured is a study. Culture is a refinement of the mind. To be cultured, you must study culture and practice culture. Money doesn't solve the culture challenge. Money doesn't solve the happiness challenge. To be happy, you got to study and practice happiness. And Mr. Shea taught me all the simple ways to get joy from substance. A sophisticated gentleman knows that a rose on time is more valuable than a $1,000 gift too late. It's not the amount that counts, it's the genius that counts. It's the ideas that count. So here's what I'm challenging you to do. How to be happy with what you've got while you pursue what you want. And I'll give you time to make a note of that phrase because I think it's so important to wrap it up. How to be happy with what you've got while you pursue what you want. So I would challenge you in the last piece of the life puzzle, find ways to live uniquely now, if you look at your life on all these 5 pieces. This is why I'm asking you to just go back through and review these notes. How am I doing on philosophy? Are there some things I don't know? Am I making some errors in judgment? That's going to bring me to no good end, right? 3 years from now, 5 years from now, key phrase, 10 years from now, you will arrive. Question is where? Good question, where? And the follow-up is, now's the time to fix the next 10 years. Now's the time to fix the next 10 years. And hopefully with the discussion of these 5 subjects, we've given you some viewpoints, at least from my experience. And hopefully I've done a little coaching here today, and you can take these subjects and debate them and talk about them and think about them, and they'll help you with life in the future. Life is a journey, not a destination. Along this path, we all seek success, meaning, and fulfillment. The 5 fundamentals we've discussed today, purpose, perseverance, mindset, discipline, and relationships, are the pillars upon which lasting success is built. By integrating these principles into your life, you create a foundation that can withstand challenges, push you toward your goals, and guide you through difficult times. Purpose is the starting point of everything. Without a clear sense of why you're doing something, it's easy to lose direction. As you move forward, always reconnect with your purpose. It is your North Star. Whether you are building a career, pursuing personal growth, or contributing to a cause, understanding your deeper reason for action will fuel you during moments of doubt and uncertainty. Perseverance is the bridge between ambition and achievement. Success rarely comes easily or without setbacks. The real test comes when the road gets tough. It's in those moments of struggle that your resilience is formed. Choose to keep going, even when the world seems to be pushing against you. Every failure is a lesson, every setback an opportunity to rise stronger. Your mindset shapes the way you experience and interpret the world around you. If you adopt a growth mindset, one that believes challenges are opportunities, and failure is a step toward mastery, Nothing will be able to stand in your way. Understand that your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions create your reality. Cultivate a mindset that nurtures success, learning, and growth. Discipline isn't about rigid control, it's about consistency and commitment. It's the daily habits you form that ultimately determine your success. Whether it's waking up early, exercising, or working toward your goals each day, discipline is the force that helps you maintain momentum. Even when motivation wanes, discipline will carry you through. Relationships are the hidden force that can elevate your journey. No one achieves success in isolation. The people you surround yourself with can either inspire and support you or drain and discourage you. Build strong, meaningful relationships that nurture mutual growth. Seek mentors who can guide you, and be a mentor to others. Share wisdom, exchange ideas, and always offer encouragement. It's easy to focus on the end goal, but don't forget the value of the process. Success isn't just the achievement, it's what you learn, how you grow, and who you become along the way. Celebrate the small victories, the progress you make each day, and the lessons learned from setbacks. These are the moments that will shape you for the future. Life will continue to throw challenges your way. But remember, challenges are not roadblocks, they are opportunities for growth. Every obstacle you face is a chance to test the strength of your character and the validity of your principles. Embrace challenges as part of the process, and don't allow them to define you. You have the power to turn adversity into opportunity. As you look ahead, remember that success is not a fixed endpoint. It's a lifelong journey of evolution and self-discovery. The fundamentals we've discussed are not a checklist, but a mindset, a way of living and approaching the world. Keep refining, keep improving, and continue to challenge yourself. True success is about becoming the best version of yourself. Now, the time to act is here. Take the first step toward building the life you desire. Integrate these fundamentals into your daily routine, and never lose sight of your purpose. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that moment is now. Your future is shaped by the actions you take today. Make the choice to embrace these principles and begin creating the life you were always meant to live. The journey begins now.